It was actually a personal struggle stemming from the fact that over the years I've probably written hundreds of projects, and this has always been the most difficult, time-consuming, labor-intensive part of the creative process, filled with countless mistakes and struggles. So as an artist and producer, I would say I've always tried to find different types of investments and sponsors, and this has always been a very difficult process. It's one thing when you're writing a script, and another when you're creating a document that's later connected to finances. It turned out that this problem wasn't just my problem. I've been working in the creative industry for years, both in this country and in European countries. And this problem has always been a reason and one of the topics of conversation about how to write a business plan, how to write a pitch, how to approach investors and sponsors, etc. This new trend, it's not even a trend anymore. I'd say it's practically an artificial intelligence revolution. And this made us think that this process can be simplified, especially for creative people, because their job is to focus on creativity and creative products, not to think about filling out formal documents.
And you delegated this task to artificial intelligence.
We effectively delegated it to artificial intelligence. This is quite a lengthy process because our platform BridgeToFunds is specialized in the creative industry, and accordingly we taught our platform about those products, more precisely the documentation that is very narrowly specialized. Of course, in the creative industry we mean not just film, music, architecture or gaming, but also IT products. I think we're now at the stage where what we call a machine is actually teaching us what's needed to refine things further. Besides this, another important factor is that many creative people sometimes experience a certain blockade and can't develop a project, or they're alone without a partner, or they have a partner but aren't in sync with them. For this, our first block is the ideation process. The machine required quite a lot of exercise to enable you to open up the area of creative thinking in very simple ways and create a short annotation with the machine about what you want to do. This is one module. The next module is more formal, where we have separated approximately 12 to 15 different sections of a creative business plan. One module creates a blockchain timestamp for the project. In addition to this, we can generate approximately 17 different types of documents. For example, a letter to an investor, a letter to a partner, a letter to a sponsor. And finally, the application can connect, match the investor who is in our database. Currently, we have data on approximately 40,000 investors in our database from different countries. Our product's target markets are the United States, England, and the European Union, as these are the largest markets at this stage. This doesn't mean it's limited to creative people from these markets. Georgian creators can also use it. The main databases include data on investors, sponsors, and various organizations. And the machine tries to find you a suitable investor. It's very common when you send your documentation incorrectly, in the wrong format, or don't send it to whom you should send it at all. This is a very important part. This product is also designed for the other side. That is, agencies, various grant organizations that finance culture, record companies, film studios, so to speak, creative information banks, which also have a problem receiving this documentation, sorting through it. So we have this product and service oriented not only towards creative people, but also towards the companies themselves that work in this field. I think it's a necessary product, especially for small countries like Georgia, because we have quite an active startup scene. There are many companies, we have a lot of creative people, the country is small, and the only solution in this case is to take your products and creative resources abroad.
Yes, and probably along with this, communication with an AI-based product is very important. How should we give a task so that we can get the desired result?
Of course, we are obsessed with AI technology and believe that if you don't have at least GPT in hand today, it means you are absolutely behind today's rhythm and not future-oriented. If someone is watching me today and believes me, I think you should download GPT right now and try to understand it as much as possible. Because this is not a limitation of creativity, as some say. On the contrary, it allows you to deepen your creativity. We have a prototype ready, and it will be refined, and we think its possibilities are limitless. And I'm sure the number of modules and services will increase in the process. At the same time, this product should be very simple. When we were working on this project, we have a young team, but as you know, there is also an older part of the team.
With many years of experience.
Yes, and people at this age have difficulty relating to technology. Therefore, this product should be very simple. Eventually, we hope that in about a year, the application will be based on voice communication and will have a very simple interface such that anyone can use it. Currently, our goal is to understand what creative people need as much as possible, so that their capabilities and project elements can be fully expressed and written out when interacting with the platform to share with others. This is not a product that is made simply for the sake of AI. Since this technology has emerged, we want to utilize it as much as possible. And I think we will have to coexist with this technology for a long time. And it's time to get involved and use it as much as possible.
So you think that artificial intelligence basically has the potential to be somehow qualified, competent, and a full-fledged advisor for startups in the future?
An advisor, partner, assistant, primarily an assistant, an agent. Now we, meaning our civilization, are already moving to the stage where the machine will be able to perform routine tasks. And therefore, I think it is very important to develop principles of cooperation with it. Of course, there are many ethical issues, such as copyright issues. Of course, it's important that we don't harm anyone with this technology, but all this depends on us. I think some control over this is necessary, and we will achieve this in the process.
Thank you very much, Sergi, for participating in the program.
I'll add one more thing that's very important. I want our interview today to be practical as well. We already have a beta version, which means that anyone who is watching us now can go to our site, BridgeToFunds.com today, and register to use our product for free. We have a limited number allocated for this. So hurry up, join. Of course, we're waiting for you too. Write to us what you think of this product, what issues you've run into, or how it's helped you. This will be very important information for us to refine this product. Our goal is to create a small club, community around this.